Hello from London, it's 2019 and I'm coming to you from the park. The start of last year I did a bit of a review vlog and I thought I'd do the same thing this year, looking at what's been going on for me in 2018 and looking forward to 2019 and asking you questions about what you've achieved and what your plans are for the coming year as well. Now at the beginning of the year I noted that for me this would be the first year, this 2018 would be the first year when there was no sort of big solid language learning goal on the horizon. I didn't have a German or a Russian exam coming up. First time for 4 years or so that's been the case. And with those two languages, I've been very much in maintenance mode. Haven't been studying actively. What I have been doing with German and Russian this year, though, is getting a lot of passive exposure, listening a lot to the radio, watching YouTube and TV series in both languages, and also reading quite a lot on my commute and in bed before I go to sleep or when I wake up in the night in both languages. A bit more Russian than German, I'd say. I did a trip to Berlin and on to Vienna on my way to the Polyglot Gathering in May, and then I did meet up with some old friends, German friends of many years standing, and I was able to speak the language. And similarly in Vienna I was using the language for getting around a bit. It was the first time I'd been to the Austrian capital, so it was interesting to note some of the differences in accent and vocabulary and expressions to an extent between the Austrian and the Federal Republic, Bundesdeutsch I think they say, German. So it was, but pretty low-key for two of my strongest languages this year. I'm lower intermediate at Basque, and from the beginning of the year I've tried to maintain a regular routine, aiming to do half an hour study a day, a lot of lessons online, one-to-one with teachers, and a certain amount of reading, but mainly more active study, loads and loads of passive exposure on the radio with the Basque as well. This only really broke down in October and November when I was travelling most of the time with the day job in the law firm. Otherwise I was very busy at the office, and active study sort of went out of the window a bit. But as I said in a vlog at the end of last year, because I had what I call the anchors in place of good materials, a habit to fall back on, and a sort of social context, I've been able to get back into the swing with my Basque now relatively easily. So that's been my language learning in 2018. What about you? Was it a year when you started a new language, or were you also keeping going with one that you've started earlier on? Were you really actively engaged, or were you just in maintenance mode? And if you did end up in a sort of maintenance mode, was that because life got in the way, or was it a conscious decision? And how hard did you find it to keep things ticking over, I wonder? One of the reasons that I didn't have a big language learning project in 2018 was that I wanted to focus on writing on the website and also on making videos for YouTube. And 2018 for me has been really a very productive year in both fields. In February I established a weekly blog post routine on the site, and as I said at the beginning of last year, I have managed to really do a lot more about language learning methods in general, in addition to covering my own language learning exploits and reviewing different language learning events, which have been sort of a mainstay on the site in preceding years. So I've done blog posts on exam technique, more stuff on reading, I've covered things like pronunciation, how to get over shyness in speaking languages, is it worth attending regular language classes, and I've done articles on specific languages, so interviews with advanced Russian students and something on gender of Welsh nouns, for example. I'd like to do more looking at specific aspects of individual languages in 2019. I've also got more interviews coming up with different language learners, with a learner of Welsh coming up, somebody who's learned Swahili, so look out for those soon. And also, one of the things I have been trying to do is delve into my own longer-term background as a language learner and to pull out general lessons of applicability to you in your language learning. I've been doing that through the Dr. Popkins Method series, which started as videos on YouTube and has also appeared in article form on the blog. And there's some more to come in 2019 on the Dr. Popkins Method, so watch this space. At the beginning of the year, I launched my Discover How to Get Fluent 5-part video course, which you can sign up for on the website. That's the way you get into the email club too. And I've been trying to keep in touch as regularly as I can with readers via email, and I'll continue to do that in 2019. And also through the closed Facebook group, the How to Get Fluent Language Learners Club, which I'll link to underneath this video if you'd like to join that. 2018's been a really busy year here on the YouTube channel. In February I started publishing 2 different pieces of content a week at least, and I've maintained the pace. Tuesday's Quick Tip Day. If you're a regular at the channel, you'll know the slot. Do you like it? Have you found that useful? Would you like to see it continue? Thursday has been the slot for something longer, perhaps me discussing an aspect of language learning, something on methodology. Would you like more on that? Or it's been interviews. I've had some great interviewees, Lydia Machova from the Polyglot Gathering, Tetsu Young from Langfest, the German teacher Maria Dobra from the Deutsch mit Maria YouTube channel, very big channel, and Chris Broholm from the Actual Fluency podcast, of course. Do you like the interview format, and would you like to see more interviews? And do you have suggestions for people you'd like me to try and get onto my sofa? Vlogging is a big aspect of YouTube for me, and thanks to all of you who took part in the daily vlogs I did from the Polyglot Gathering and the Polyglot Conference. They were exhausting to do, but hugely stimulating, and for me at least they're a wonderful memento of those events. And then I was at the language show as well in October, again getting some interviews in and having a look round there. The number of subscribers on the channel has been gradually growing. There were 245 of us at the beginning of 2018, and we hit the 800 mark just towards the end of the year. So thanks a lot to all of those of you who so far have subscribed for the Vibe. And if you haven't done yet, well, it would be great to have you as a regular viewer. What then about actually getting fluent in 2019? Well, for me the plan is continuing to work on the Basque with my regular study slots and one-to-one lessons with a teacher, to carry on getting a lot of exposure to Russian and German through reading, listening to the radio, watching video, and so on. I haven't yet decided whether I'm going to work on written skills in those languages this year or not. It's something I definitely want to do at some point, but if it's going to happen this year, it's going to need more than the vague good intentions, I think, that I had at the beginning of 2018. But it's all a question of priorities, isn't it, in life and in language learning? And for me, I've got an exciting new project coming up, which I'll be announcing pretty soon, so look out for that. It's a language which I've always been fascinated by, and I'm somewhat overwhelmed at the thought, though, of making a start on it. It certainly looks a bit intimidating viewed from the outside. Discovery to come, and I hope you'll be with me on the journey. What about your own language learning in 2019? Will you be starting a new language as well, or is it continuing at a language you've been working at for years, or bringing a language out of cold storage that you have fallen away from and would like to take up again? Let me know in the comments below, and if you've got any particular problems that keep coming up, things you'd like us to cover here on the site or on the vlog, the comment section is the place for that too. Thanks so much for watching the channel in 2018 if you're a subscriber. Welcome if you've just stumbled on this for the first time. Don't forget to subscribe for the Vibe, think about a thumbs up, tickle that bell, and share the affair. Happy New Year!